It's just like sometimes your mind has like 20 tabs open and you just don't know what to do about it. And it's just like, just because you don't know what to do about it, you don't do shit about. And just because you don't know what to do about it, you don't do shit about any of the tabs. And then you like close all the tabs, and just somewhere deep inside you it's kept there, and you don't ever look at it, and then it comes out in ways that you don't want it to come out, like anger or emotional issues. And then it's just not right. I have literally like finished this entire notebook, and this is one book. I think there are a lot of pages that are even like in this. Hello people of the internet, welcome to Sink and Sabi, and today I'm going to tell you about how I finally started journaling and how it changed my life. Okay, so I personally believe that all of us have journaled once in our lives at least, because I remember that I used to write notes when I was in 5th to 6th grade, and I used to keep it with me. Wait, I'll just get it. Okay, so this is basically my folder from, I don't know when I started keeping a folder, but this has all my friendship bands from 6th grade and all my thoughts that I've ever collected, and like smallest of things. Like, I'll show you one of my thoughts. Okay, so this is a piece of paper in which I'm pretty sure I wrote something. Okay, everything is going astray. Everything is going astray. It seems that the whole world wants you to be in the dark, deadly leeway. The time is passing by. Every minute, every second, the world is changing. I have 100 things to counter, 100 things to accomplish. I remember all of this for a moment, and the next second, something makes me do nothing but just pass my time recklessly. That voice still creeps inside, that this is the time to realize, but I still am helpless. I'm feeling helpless, I don't know why. I still don't know why I'm here. What is. Sometimes it's like I lost everything, and sometimes it's like I got everything. Have no clue what to say, what to do. It is sometimes that I'm sad for another reason, and that always end up in me crying for another reason. Yeah, so these are basically the things that I've always collected in my life. And like at that point of time, I didn't really used to journal a lot, but I just used to keep these little notes that I still have with me, and I'm really proud of that little girl who used to keep that. So like whenever I go back to these things, I really wish to write again. This time there were a lot of reasons to actually start journaling, but this is my brief history. This is something that I used to do, and I think along the way I sort of forgot about it. So recently what happened was that 5 months back, when the lockdown started, I really wasn't feeling at my best place. There was a lot of mental clutter. There were a lot of things that I was thinking about. I had graduated. I had no job. People around me were very successful. Now this is the way I started looking at my surroundings. Like, I didn't see any positives. I only sort of saw the negative things. I was becoming very guilty conscious of the things that I regret doing in the past. Because of all of those thoughts, my mind was really filled with trash. There were times when I used to just stay in bed and I used to cry, and I didn't know what was the reason, because there were 10-15 things that were happening simultaneously. I think that I was going through the spiritual transition, and for the people who don't believe in spirituality, you can see it as a transition in your life where you don't want your past to affect you anymore, and you want to head towards a future in which you are not the same person anymore. And it's not just clear that where you want to head in your life, because you follow a certain pattern in your life, you follow a certain ideals in your life, values in your life, and suddenly you're in this place where you have nothing. You feel like this is something that I don't want to follow, and you really don't know what else to follow. Simple example would be the choice of friends, the choice of things that you do for leisure. Okay, like the things that are your hobbies, the things that I used to do, I don't want to do that anymore, and I didn't really know what I wanted to do. So there was this place I was at where I felt like, who am I? I mean, like major existential crisis that a person goes through. Plus there was coronavirus happening, and plus there was this graduation happening, and there was this, life is changing, everything just felt out of place. So that is the time when I took journaling very seriously. First thing that I did, like anybody else, is to Google how to journal. That helped me to find my own way to journal. But in a lot of places on the net, you will find that they will tell you that there are all of these rules that you have to follow. You should journal every day, you should follow a certain thing called CBT. Now CBT is cognitive behavioral therapy. CBT basically follows a model in which you keep asking yourself questions till you get to the deep rooted issue. Now I won't go in detail about it, I'll make another video for it. Major thing about CBT or journaling is to ask yourself questions. Ask yourself, what are you feeling? How are you feeling? Why are you feeling this way? For example, you feel like shit. Why do you feel like shit? Because this happened. Why do you feel like shit? Because this happened. And like till you get to a certain behavior that you have, or a certain deep rooted issue. For example, I don't feel confident enough, or why don't you feel confident enough? Because you have self-worth issues. In the past 5 months, I've learned a lot, and I wanted to share that with you people. Tip number 1 that I want to give you is for the people who do not know how journaling really works. Now you might have been in a situation where your room is a complete mess, and suddenly when you just clear out all the physical clutter, everything just sort of feels like it's in place now and I can finally do my work. So similarly, this happens with your mental clutter. Okay, now there are 15 things that you think about, and you really don't know where your mind starts and where your mind goes. So your mind basically goes from one to the other without knowing what to do about it. It's basically your brain telling you that, dude, your brain is filling up and you need to calm down, and you need to chill, and you need to release some of the things out for you to think in a better way, or for you to think with clarity. Second tip that I want to give you people is that it's not about filling the book. Sometimes I really felt like I'm writing, but it's like I'm trying to fill 4 pages, and if I don't, I feel like I haven't written anything. Even if I wrote like 1 para, I was like, am I doing it right or not? It is not about filling the book. It is about letting your thoughts flow and write whatever stuff that's going in your head at that point of time. Tip number 3 is the aesthetics doesn't matter. When there's a clutter here, you really don't care if your journal is pretty. I would like to switch to a better looking journal so that I get to it more often, but I think this has worked really great for me. I mean, this is something that I got from a workshop from Education Abroad, and I've literally filled this entire thing without a problem. And I just don't feel that you need to have an aesthetic notebook to start it. Just get a pen, just get a notebook, and just start writing. Tip number 4 is don't force it. Like any other habit that you want to follow in life, or any other habit that you want to give up in your life, it doesn't happen in a click. Like, it doesn't happen in one day. It takes time. Sometimes there are withdrawals, sometimes you need that break. I mean, when I started journaling for the first time, I took my time to get going with the process of actually writing every day. Even today, when I don't feel like journaling, I don't do it. I crawl back to it when I want to do it. Like, for example, one day I feel very shitty, so I really want to pen down my thoughts, and that is when I just end up doing it. The 5th tip that I want to give is whether to use a digital or a physical place to pen down your thoughts. I prefer a physical notebook rather than using Google Docs or any other place digitally, because I have tried doing it digitally, but what I end up doing is that I delete some of the parts that I don't like, and I'm like, I could have phrased it better. When you write in a physical notebook, you really cannot delete what you've written, and that is what the purpose of the entire thing is. You're not writing a book for millions of people to read. It's for you. Sixth tip that I want to give is choose your location. Personally, I think that you shouldn't do it on your work desk, because that is where you stress out. What I do is I go to the balcony, I sit down at 10 p.m. at night when there is no shore sharaba idhar udhar, and I just sit down and I listen to music and I write down whatever that is coming in my head. Just do it in a place that makes you feel comfortable at that particular point and is a bit therapeutic to you. I mean, don't do it in a place which stresses you out. Okay, these are basically my tips. Now, what I learned from journaling is that there will always be problems. Even if you're thinking about positive things, maybe practice gratitude and write those positive things. In the past 5 months, I sort of realized where I was going wrong, what I was thinking wrong. I deliberately tried to cut down my negative self-talk. I tried to cut down everything that I was doing negatively for myself. Before starting the YouTube channel, I had so many demotivating phases. I used to write every day as to how to stop giving a fuck about what people think and how to just do what you like for yourself, because it's not about the people around you. You will always regret the things that you're not doing. I always knew about this because this is a very cliched topic that people talk about. So journaling also helped me in adapting the things that used to look very obvious. I knew that you don't really have to give a fuck about people when you want to start something. I knew that if you don't start doing something and if you are not consistent enough, nothing will work out for you. But it's just that I knew those things. I didn't really adapt those things. Journaling helped me in adapting those things in my everyday life. Yeah, so that's it for today's video. I hope it helped you, and I hope that you'll start journaling today if you don't already do that. And yes, I'll see you in the next video.